Hey you beautiful people, welcome back to a new video on my channel Read Travel Become. Dr. Yuval Noah Harari in his book Homo Sapiens has talked about a very important argument. He says that during olden times the philosophers, preachers and leaders would always used to preach one important thing. Even today you would find a lot of leaders preaching this. It was to know thyself, to know what you actually want, to hear your inner voice. In olden times, during the rulers, during the kings, during all those times, you could actually hear your own voice because you could meditate with fewer distractions. There were very few distractions. Cut back to today, you have a lot of distraction around you. The business of every business these days is to get into our heads. They want you to think that you need a Lamborghini. Whether you actually need a Lamborghini or not, you cannot know. You may never know. Did you know that the attention span of people has decreased from about 10 seconds in 2000 to almost 8 seconds in recent times? To put things in perspective, the attention span of a goldfish is about 9 seconds. But there's also some good news. To tackle all these problems, there are many metrics coming up, there are many techniques coming up by these leaders, by these successful people, like meditation, yoga, productivity hacks, and reading. There's a very popular challenge which has come up these days, which is popularized by people like Bill Gates and many successful leaders and even YouTubers. This challenge is known as reading a book a week. This is a highly popular tag and a lot of YouTubers, a lot of people around the world are actually following this. I have never set reading targets for myself like I had mentioned before until recently, where I also took up this challenge to read at least a book a week. But again, there's also some bad news. According to a survey posted by Goodreads, the number of people who have taken up this challenge is definitely increased, but also the number of people who have successfully completed this challenge has decreased from 22% to 15%. So out of 100 people, only 15 people are able to complete this target. So people are just taking this challenge as a fear of missing out metric and are not actually completing it. It's just like the gym membership thing. After a new year, when during the initial months of the year, people are crowding into the gyms so that they also become fit and they have a good body. But how many of them actually manage to survive the whole year and become a fit person? Very, very few. In this video, I'm going to tell you some very, very important points which you should definitely keep in your mind so that you can stick to this plan. They're going to be very, very useful to you guys. You can trust me on this. And I'm also going to talk about my experience with this challenge, how I have been sailing through this challenge. So this video is going to be full of information. This video is going to be fun. Make sure you watch the video till the end. You may never know which thought or fact may resonate with you and change the course of your life. Do like the video and subscribe to my channel and also follow me on social media. Let's get started. The first important point which you need to follow is that knowing when to take up this challenge. It is very, very important that you follow this challenge at a specific time, at an appropriate time. Let me explain this with the help of an example, my own example. I literally started reading 3 years back to pass my time. During my internship days in Mumbai, when I had to travel from the Churchgate station to Santa Cruz station, I had about 35 to 40 minutes in the local train. So I was not really a fan of listening to music for longer periods of time. So I decided, why not let's just try reading books. I had never done that before. Sure, I had read Harry Potter when I was small, but I had never been a literature freak. So I started reading books as a form of entertainment, and that's how I got involved in the reading process. I never took reading as something which I have to do. I never took reading like something which is forced on me. Now I know myself, if I would have taken up this challenge, if I would have thought, okay, I need to read these many pages a day, I need to read these many books per week, per month, per year, I would have thought that, okay, another metric, another race to run. So I would have definitely left it and I would have never read so many books which I currently have read. Do one thing, start reading, take up good books, start with good books, start with easy books, fall in love with the habit of reading, understand that reading can be fun too, reading can be full of entertainment too, and then easily you can sail through. It would be very easy for you to complete books. It would never seem a task. People everywhere say that it was very hard for them to follow this routine in the starting and all, but I say, why do you want to make it hard? Take some time, fall in love with the habit of reading and then do this challenge. It won't be a problem at all. If you set a goal again, if you set a goal to this thing also, you would be forcing that habit of reading to get success out of it. You would feel that you are pressurizing it to get success. There is no book written in this world which would instantly give you success, which would instantly make you successful. Reading is not like a race. Reading is like a marathon. You have to run it over longer periods of time. You have to experience those different perspectives and then get to know and then see patterns everywhere and then decide what success is to you. After about reading for 2 years, I sometimes thought that I have read so many books and where is the success, where is the where is the reward, where is the celebration? There's nothing. But I knew inside me I was changing, my thoughts were changing, my personality was changing, my way of talking was changing, everything was changing. So this is why I want you to encourage that don't pressurize the habit of reading. Don't pressurize yourself to read books. Don't think that okay, this is my target now, I have to read these many books. What it would feel like, you already have so many deadlines, you already have work, studies, so many responsibilities to take in life. Take reading as something like a leisure, something like watching a movie. Only you have to understand at which point you're actually comfortable with reading books. I have recently taken up this challenge and I'm actually averaging 2 books a week, not just 1 book a week, and I don't feel that I'm pressurizing myself to do anything. I'm not pushing my boundaries and reading 2 books a week. I'm actually enjoying this process of reading books. So yeah, that is the first point, and which is the most important point. That is why I have been stressing on it the most. There's one particular quote by our beloved Sushant Singh Rajput which I always remember, and it thoroughly motivates me to stick to this routine of reading a book a week. Let's hear the quote.
And there's this thing which we understand now, that the more you learn, the less time it takes to learn more. So generally we think that, oh, we are left with so much time, we are so busy in our lives, and there are so many years left. How many things we can learn? What will happen? No, it's not that. The more you learn, the lesser it will take for you to learn even more. And that's a very key thing to understand.
So yeah, that is the first and most important thing which you need to keep in mind if you want to take up this challenge of reading a book a week. The second point which you need to keep in mind while sticking to this routine of reading a book a week is that it's okay to skim books. It's okay that you can, sometimes skip some parts of the book. You need to understand what you actually want from a book. Now I'll tell you what I follow. I have 2 different approaches while reading fiction books and non-fiction books. When I'm reading fiction books, sometimes I tend to skip some parts because I don't think they are very relevant to me. For example, if you're reading Lord of the Rings, sometimes the author has explained the nature around the characters in a very extravagant way. 3 to 4 pages, he's just talking about the mountains and the greenery around it. I don't think I need to read every word of it, so I can skip through it. But while reading non-fiction, I try to pay as much attention to each and every word. I try to read each and every word. So that way it's okay that you are flexible with your technique of reading books. You don't need to literally highlight every word or read every word of the book. You can, condense the book and read it in your own way. In the end, it's about you. You have to decide how much you want to take from the book and how much the book resonates with you. There's no obligation that you have to read each and every word. There's no teacher around who's going to judge you for that. So yeah, skimming books is okay. The third point is also a very trivial point, and it is related to actually knowing that you can skip a book. You don't need to complete the book. If you have taken a book for reading, there is no obligation at all that you have to complete the book. If you are not resonating with the book, you don't feel that the book is meant for you, don't read it. You don't have to feel guilty that you are not reading the book. Many a times I've seen people who feel that okay, now let's just try reading a book. They've started a book and they didn't like the book. The book didn't really speak the language of the person, and they thought, okay, let's not now read this book. And mind you, that book was a bestseller, that book was a classic. Everywhere people were telling that this book is changing their lives, and this person could not complete it, and he thought that he is guilty and he can never read books. This concept has absolutely no sense. Like I said before, there is no book written which can define success. Every book has a subjective value to it. What you take from the book, it all depends on you. So if the book doesn't speak your language, it's okay to skip the book. So yeah, that was my third point, which is related to completion of books. So that's all for this topic. I really hope you take up this challenge. I really hope you like this concept and resonated with what I had to say. I hope that what I said made sense to you, and if you're doing this challenge, do let me know. And do let me know what challenges you are facing if you are doing this challenge. A lot of people out there are doing this challenge. Even I am doing this challenge, and it feels great. I mean, it's not that difficult for me to stick to this challenge because you always find time to do things that you love. I love making YouTube videos. I always find time to make YouTube videos, although I have a proper job. Also, last week we did a giveaway of books to celebrate my 5,000 subscribers, and I'm so overwhelmed by the response. The response was too good. I did not expect such a beautiful response from you guys. Let me tell you why I chose this topic of commenting. I just wanted you all to be reminded of your little dreams for a moment. I'm sure those who have commented actually thought about their favorite book, their favorite place, and their favorite person. Somewhere, sometime they thought they felt good about themselves. That was my whole motto. The giving away was a secondary thing. So I really hoped you liked that concept, and congratulations to the winners. I've announced the winners on my community page. I had picked the winners by a random comment picker software, but there were some comments which I found very, very beautiful, which I found were very good, very, very praiseworthy, which I'm going to be sharing with you guys, some of the comments. So here they are. I've actually read all the comments, and some of the suggestions were just too good. Like, I've never heard of some of the famous personalities, and I checked them out. I found out some interesting places to travel. I found some interesting books. So actually the list is too good. If you have time someday, just go through the list and try to understand. There are so many things out there in this world which we are yet to explore. So here are my favorite comments. These comments I really liked. These comments were a bit off track, and I really liked the freshness of them. So let's just talk about these. The first is by Arpita Patel 09. She's written that I admire the work of laborers who work hard for their livings. They work for almost 6 to 7 hours, and one day I'll be trying to destroy poverty. So that's a very noble thought. The next is Dreaming World 910 says that the person who you want to become like is no one, because it never occurred to my mind. Okay, very, very candid, very frank answer. That's great. The next is by Shubham Pincha. He says that he wants to become a polymath like Leonardo da Vinci. Very interesting. The next is by Rahul Jaiswal 4865. He says that I still don't know what I want to become, but I want to inspire people, change someone's life, still trying to figure out what I want to do and how I want to do it. I think this is the most honest and a frank answer, and I really loved how candid it was, so kudos to you. Next is Not Again Please One, who says that I want to become like many people. My friends, family, parents are my role model. I wish to learn from everyone. So that's also a really interesting thought, that you would take up good points from everyone and try to inculcate them into your lives. Kirti the speech maker has said that I really want to time travel to the past, and I want to become like my father. This is also a very interesting thought. I liked it. Next is by Likhita B, who says that there is no one person I want to become. I learn little things from everyone. Importance of education from Michelle Obama, integrity from Dr. Ambedkar, hard work from BTS, grit from Leila, Thousand Splendid Suns. Oh, the character from Thousand Splendid Suns. Resilience from Selena Gomez, conscientiousness from Beyonce, and so on. Very interesting and very structured admiration, I would say. The next is by Kolanda Payan Sir, who says that I need to be like Ravana, his good character. I need to adopt his good characters and his leadership knowledge. Now this is also very interesting. Very few people talk about Ravana, and very few people have actually known about how great yogi Ravana was and his feats. So very interesting. Next is by Akshata Wagh, who says that I don't want to be like someone, but rather would learn commendable skills and qualities from everyone, so that I become unique, best possible version of myself. Something on the similar lines, to take up good points from everyone. That's a good answer. Next is from Believer Writes, who says that I'm inspired by many and I admire them all, but the one person I admire the most is my dad. I've learned so much and got many lessons from him. I've grown up seeing him more than any other person, learned many things from his experiences, his mistakes. So what I want to become is me, the one who will make him proud. That's a very noble thought. Believer Writes. I don't know your name. So all the best and best wishes for your future. The next is by Reading Soul 0123. I want to become like my dad. Even after being a businessman, he is also a social worker. He's a part of a NGO at a national level. I want to be like him. Helpful, generous, kind, and king-hearted person. When I look at him, I believe that humanity still exists. That's really sweet of you to say that. Best wishes to you and your family. Next is by Rushali Agarwal, who says that I don't know whom I want to become like, but I want to have the art of communication like Sir Barack Obama, Be fearless like Shirin Ebadi, powerful as Zia Modi, and as kind as Mother Teresa. Again, very very interesting and insightful. I didn't know about Shirin and Zia Modi, and thank you for commenting this. Yeah, these were some of the comments which I found really good. Thank you for watching this video. If you like my content, don't forget to hit the like button, put a comment down below, subscribe to my channel, and keep supporting me. It really means a lot. And that's all for this video. See you in the next video. Bye bye.